Hi, I'm Lenny Wolf, and I'm here with Michelle Schei, and we're going to tell you about July 4th. July 4th? Yeah, you know, that day that you celebrate, or you're told to celebrate, the birth of the land of the thief and the home of the slave. The greatness of the number one exploiter in the whole history of the world, the number one plunderer of the environment that's ever been on the planet. Look, maybe you don't get out there in the parades, but you get the lawn chair out, or you do a barbecue, or you watch the Dodger game, or you shoot off your gun late at night, or set off fireworks, or watch the fireworks. Not this year. Stuff is too heavy, what's going down. And we have something different we're doing on the 4th. We're providing a way to actually go against this system and to get ready for the revolution we need and could actually have a chance at making in these next few years.
That's right. On July 4th, we, the Revcoms, are going to Philly. And the centerpiece of July 4th is going to be a rally in front of Constitution Hall, right? Which is supposed to be the national symbol for the birth of America, right? And we're calling on you to be part of this, right? Because in this day, there's actually an opportunity for you to be part of something radically different, right? To be part of working on this rare moment that Andy Z was just getting into, right? And where there are real splits at the top, where even what we're seeing this week around the indictment of Trump and what's being unleashed by these fascists. And don't tell me you don't care, because you do. You know, the decent people that are agonizing over this, that are desperately clinging on to these norms, that think that things are just going to smooth over and we're going to go back to normal. No, these fascists are going for the future. And what we're going to be acting on July 4th is to take the stage, to put this revolution in front of thousands of people, letting them know that there is a way to act, to actually bring into being something radically emancipating, right? To bring into being a whole different society through an actual revolution.
You know, it's interesting. You talked about the decent people that we do have to reach and also have to struggle with. A lot of the norms, you said the normal way of doing things they cling to are embodied in the U.S. Constitution. So part of the struggle we're going to need to wage with people is about what is the real character of that Constitution? What is the system that Constitution protects and sets a foundation for? What are the limitations? And we're going to be using Bob Avakian's piece on an exploiter's vision of freedom. We're going to be giving talks. We're going to be struggling with people and debating people. And we are going to be posing that up against this Constitution. As you said, the Constitution for the new Socialist Republic in North America. We're going to be going out in the days before July 4th and promoting this declaration, We Are the Revcoms. And we're going to be focusing in on the center spread in that page. And we're going to especially talk about these points, that this revolution has to abolish this system with all its oppressive institutions and its governing U.S. Constitution, a document written by and fundamentally serving the interests of slave-owning and capitalist exploiters from the founding of this country down to today. A document that restricts the notion of freedom to what is possible within the killing confines of this system of brutal exploitation and murderous oppression. And we're going to be talking about and getting into with people in a really special and important ways this Constitution, as Michelle was talking about. But why do you want people to go to Philadelphia? Two questions. Why do you want people to go to Philadelphia? And what else is going to be happening around the country and other places?
I've been learning, some history around what this, what the big deal around like this Constitution Hall, right? It is where the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were debated and signed, right? And then I was looking deeper, and I actually learned about like how on the second floor of that building there was like trials, right? This Fugitive Slave Act, right? That actually made it legal for people to kidnap free Black people, right? and claimed that they were runaway slaves and put them on trial, right? And it actually reminded me of like, when I first came into the revolution, right? I was pretty ignorant of a lot of this history, right? And even learning in school about slavery, you didn't get taught the monstrous history of this, right? You were taught that they, had a roof over their head, they had food, on their table, that this is how they were kept, right? But you think about like even kidnapping and like and putting these people on trial just because they're Black, right? This is the whole ugly history of this country, and people have to learn, right, what the history of this country is. And on this day, when people are mindlessly waving that American flag, right, when people are still believe that we can use this Constitution that was literally written into it, right, that Black people were 3/5 human being, this is what people actually, have to understand and learn to hate what this country is about, and actually learn about that there is a whole different way that we can live, that we have a shot at this right now, right? Why Philly? Because we're going to grab the national spotlight. We're going to put this revolution before thousands of people. And if you're sick and tired of living in a world where people are treated as less than human, and you're coming to understand the whole ugly history of this country, then you got to be there with us. And wherever you are, from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, you got to, grab a bunch of these We Are the Revcoms proclamation, get out to the beaches, to the parks, everywhere where people are gathering, and bring this hope on a scientific basis to people who are agonizing, and those who are not agonizing. Pull their heads out the sand, struggle with them to really confront what the danger of this situation is, and also the possibility and what we can actually wrench through an actual revolution.
So be there. Be there with Michelle. Constitution Hall, Independence Hall, whatever they call it. It's the birthplace of this system that's been a monstrosity on the backs of the people for almost 250 years now. We've got to overturn it. We've got to bring a new system in that will enable humanity to flourish. If you're in New York on July 2nd, I'm going to be getting a lot deeper into this at Revolution Books. I invite everybody on the East Coast, make a weekend of it. Come down to New York, stay over, go out among the people on July 3rd, then drive down to Philadelphia with Michelle and everybody else and put this country on notice. There's a new force with a new plan and a new solution that's going to be out there in Philadelphia that day.